Many people choose a web hosting plan where they end up paying for features they don't actually need and ignoring the ones that actually affect speed, uptime, and reliability. In this video, I'll break down Hostinger's web hosting plans, explain who they're actually good for, and help you decide if they're the right foundation for your website without hype or buzzwords. Your hosting plan isn't just where your site lives. It directly affects how fast your pages load, whether visitors stay or leave, how reliable your site feels, and how painful scaling becomes later. Cheap hosting that cuts the wrong corners costs more in the long run. Good hosting disappears into the background and just works. That's the lens I'm using for this review. Hostinger isn't trying to be an enterprise hosting provider. It's designed for beginners launching their first site, creators and small businesses, blogs, landing pages, and early-stage online stores. People who want speed and stability without complexity. If you're expecting white-glove phone support or enterprise-level customization, this isn't that. But if you want solid performance at a low entry cost, Hostinger plays this game very well. One mistake a lot of people make is overestimating what they actually need on day one. They assume bigger plans automatically mean better results. In reality, most websites fail because of poor content, unclear messaging, or slow performance, not because they didn't have enough server power. A good hosting plan should support your growth, not overwhelm you upfront. That's where Hostinger's approach makes sense. Performance is where hosting plans either justify their price or expose themselves. Hostinger's shared hosting plans are built around modern server infrastructure, performance-focused web servers, and caching handled at the server level instead of relying entirely on plugins. In practical terms, this means faster first load times, less strain on shared resources, and better consistency during traffic spikes. For most small to medium websites, this level of performance is more than sufficient, and noticeably better than many budget competitors. Speed matters more than people realize. Even a 1-second delay can reduce engagement, increase bounce rates, and hurt conversions. Hosting can't fix bad design or poor content, but slow hosting can absolutely sabotage good work. With Hostinger, you're getting a performance baseline that doesn't hold your site back. A website that's mostly online is still unreliable. Hostinger's hosting plans are backed by distributed data centers, built-in redundancy, and automatic monitoring. You don't have to configure or manage any of this yourself. The goal is simple: your site stays online without you thinking about it. For beginners especially, this matters more than advanced customization. Stability beats flexibility when you're just getting started. Another overlooked part of hosting is what happens after you buy the plan. Many hosts sell aggressively, then leave you alone with confusing dashboards and technical jargon. Hostinger's hosting environment is designed so that basic tasks don't feel technical, common actions take minutes instead of hours, and you don't need prior hosting experience to get things done. You still get meaningful control, but without the clutter and confusion that usually comes with traditional hosting dashboards. This balance is one of Hostinger's strongest advantages for non-technical users. Storage is another area where people misunderstand hosting. Most websites never hit bandwidth limits, but storage matters more than people think. Images, backups, plugins, emails, and site versions add up over time. Hostinger's hosting plans are generous in storage allocation, allowed websites per plan, and monthly traffic handling. This gives you room to grow content, add pages, test ideas, and even run multiple small sites under one account, without being forced into an upgrade prematurely. Security is another area where many budget hosts cut corners. Hosting security shouldn't be optional or hidden behind upsells. Hostinger includes basic encryption by default, server-level protection, and automatic backups depending on the plan tier. This won't replace enterprise-grade security setups, but for personal sites, blogs, and small businesses, it covers the essentials without extra cost or configuration. For most users, that's exactly the right level of protection. So let's simplify the plan decision without feature overload. The premium plan is best for first websites, blogs, portfolios, and simple business sites. It gives you enough performance and flexibility to launch without paying for things you won't use yet. The business and cloud startup plans are better for growing traffic, multiple sites, early monetization, and having more performance headroom. Most people should start lower and upgrade later, and Hostinger makes that process straightforward. This flexibility matters more than people realize. Hostinger's pricing works because they optimize infrastructure, automate support systems, and focus on scale rather than premium services. The trade-off is simple: you get strong value, but fewer hand-holding options. Longer plans reduce the monthly cost significantly, which makes sense if you're serious about your site. There's also a refund window, so you're not locked in blindly. That combination makes Hostinger a low-risk starting point. That said, Hostinger may not be the right choice if you need enterprise-level customization, expect phone-based support, or you're running a mission-critical platform with zero tolerance for shared resources. For everyone else, especially beginners and small teams, those trade-offs are usually acceptable. Hostinger's web hosting plans succeed because they focus on what actually matters: speed, reliability, simplicity, and affordability. They don't try to impress power users. They aim to help regular people get online without friction. If that's what you're looking for, Hostinger is a very reasonable place to start. If you want to check the current pricing for yourself, I've linked it in the description.